Good evening, Bridgeport. It is 7:37. This is our February 11th meeting. We are called to order. Please rise and pledge the flag. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Angela, roll call, please.
Laura Hauk.
Here.
Amy High.
Here.
Kyle Schenk.
Here.
Megan Nolan.
Here.
Diane Gundrum.
Here.
Tony Heil.
Here.
Saba Al-Zayed.
I am here. Thank you.
Madam President, I note for the record that we were in executive session with regard to various police arbitrations. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bello. All right, we can move on to our first order of business here for Employee of the Month Award presentation for our January 2025. This was a great idea by Mr. Keith Truman to recognize and congratulate and celebrate our employees. We have a great group of people here in Bridgeport. You've heard me talk about nonstop, and I will continue to talk about because they are great. And we are very excited to start this this award presentation. And the first recipient this month is Angela Long. So join me in congratulating and clapping for her. If you'll meet me up at the microphone to receive your award.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Oh, pictures? Do we have to? I'm not a big picture person. Oh, ugh. All right, since John was so nice. I'm just saying it's John. John.
Just for you, John. Beautiful. You just did, Kyle. You just did, right?
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I don't know if you want to.
Do you mind if I say something?
Yeah, you should.
I am truly honored and grateful to be recognized as Bridgeport's very first Employee of the Month. This achievement is not just about me, though. It reflects the incredible support, collaboration, and encouragement that I receive from my colleagues every day. My fellow Bridgeport employees and I are dedicated to serving this wonderful community, and I'm proud to share this achievement with them. Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Really nice.
Wonderful. So yeah, we will continue on this program. So thank you to Mr. Truman for organizing and to all of our staff for joining us in this fun program.
And I'll vote to approve whatever you put in the minutes at the next meeting, so go nuts.
All right, just wanted to share a couple quick thoughts. Very exciting that our Birds won on Sunday. Hopefully everybody got some time to hang out with their family, friends, and watch the game. I know we had a lot of fun driving around Bridgeport, beating our horns after, and probably making a lot of noise, singing all the songs, doing all the things. So just hope everybody got to enjoy that. Just a couple of really quick updates. Our Community of Colors program, our program with the school, Bridgeport Elementary, is still kind of going, and all of the art is at Puddler's until 2 weeks from now. So I will be posting some updates for that, and we'll be attending a couple more times just to see it. All the art's really cool. Hope everybody gets to go join and post pictures if you'd like. Congratulations again to all the kids that are a part of that. Another really quick update is I've heard around town, a couple people mentioned the chili contest, and they're very excited about it, so I wanted to kind of reinforce that. If you have a good chili recipe, please make sure that you are joining for Founders Day. Really looking forward to that and looking forward to seeing you all there. And finally, we have some bad weather coming in the next couple of days, so just want to make sure everybody's shoveling and taking care of their sidewalks if you can. And thanks to the staff ahead of time for taking care of all those things. I know it's difficult work, and we appreciate you. All right, we can move on to our first item here for council consideration, Resolution 2025-02, revising the list of borough holidays for 2025.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
We have a motion from Mr. Heil, second from Ms. Nolan. Do you have any questions or comments from council or the public?
Do we just want to say anything about why we are revising? I see that we are adding Indigenous Peoples' Day to the calendar, it looks like.
Sure, Mr. Truman, if you'd like to.
Yes, we are revising. We're revising it due to the addition of Columbus Day / Indigenous Peoples' Day, which is October 13th. So we had passed this resolution like we normally do at the end of 2024, but in light of this addition, we need to revise the resolution. So.
Thank you. Did you? All those in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? That motion carries. Thank you. All right, for council consideration, Resolution 2025-03, executing a license agreement between the Borough of Bridgeport and Growing Bridgeport Together. Do we have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Motion from Ms. Hauk, second from Mr. Heil.
Before we go to vote, I will recuse myself from this vote.
Thank you, Ms. Gundry. Do we have any questions or comments from council or the public?
I would only note that this is the annual agreement, license agreement that the borough executes with Growing Bridgeport Together in order to permit Growing Bridgeport Together to utilize the Borough riverfront property for Growing Bridgeport Together's seasonal river market.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Any additional comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. All right, next up, we have for council consideration, authorization of execution of contract between the Borough of Bridgeport and Suika's Amusements LLC to operate the 2025 Bridgeport Carnival. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion from Mr. Shank, second from Ms. Nolan. Do we have any questions or comments from council or the public?
I would note that the dates this year are June 17th to the 21st. That is the same week that historically we've done, at least for the last several years, and that's a Tuesday through Saturday. So same protocol as we have over the last several years. Looking forward to bringing back the fire department's food stand. That was a great success. We already have a couple of bands booked for the event, some returning faces, and we'll have some new blood in there too. So again, June 17th to the 21st, and stay tuned for additional ads and updates on the carnival.
I love the carnival. I'm very excited. Thanks for the update. Mr. Truman, do we have any additional questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? That motion carries. Thank you. Finally, here we have for council consideration authorization of address corrections for the for King, Menora, Bridgeport, SEPTA stations. Mr. Chairman, do we have any thoughts there?
Been on that, yes. Give me.
Take your time.
Members of council, in your packets, you will find, thank you, Councilwoman Nolan, I pulled it out. You'll find a memorandum dated February 6th from Mr. Steve Wanzik, our building code official, and it essentially goes as follows. SEPTA has requested numerical addresses for the Bridgeport train station located at 6th and Marion, and the King Manor train station located over at Crooked and DeKalb, to comply with the Federal Transit Administration's corrective action plan. The following addresses were found to be the best to accommodate the request. Moving forward, Bridgeport train station would be 514 Marion Street, and King Manor train station would be 1151 DeKalb.
Thank you, Mr. Truman. Do we have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Motion from Ms. Nolan, second from Ms. Hauk. Do we have any questions or comments from council or the public? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Thank you. Next up for council considerations, authorization to remit payment of unused personal time payout to former employee.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion from Mr. Shank, a second from Ms. Hauk. Do we have any questions or comments from council or the public? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Thank you. Next up, we have unfinished business. Are there any items of unfinished business anyone would like to discuss? Since we have none, we can move on to committee reports. Do we have any committee reports anyone would like to share? I know that the Bridgeport and Hooport committee for our subcommittee for Halloween basically is met last week. We had a really great conversation. Definitely encourage anyone that would like to join us in sharing ideas or just volunteering. We welcome all people with all kinds of ideas and all kinds of capacities. If you can't make them all, that's completely fine. And if you just would like to do one or the other thing in terms of your capacity, that's great. There's a place for everyone. So definitely excited to share what's coming. We have a lot of big plans this year as well, and excited to kind of continue on the planning process there. All right. Are there any other committee reports? We can move on to the mayor's report. Mayor Jackson.
Okay, thank you. Just a couple of things. Please join me for my February office hours. They're actually going to be this Saturday, February 15th from 10 to 11:30 a.m. in my office, which is on the first floor of Borough Hall. And as our council president was talking about a little earlier, please don't forget to sign up for the Founders Day Chili Cook-Off. We have both meat and vegetarian categories to enter in, and winners will be determined by popular vote. So make sure to have your friends and family come to the event to support you. And you'll want to win because winners will receive a $50 prize. So it's pretty nice if you've got a good recipe in your back pocket. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me, and you can sign up with the link on mine and the borough's Facebook pages, or I can give it to you as well. But that's all I have this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Very exciting. All right, we can move on to the chief's report. Chief Retta.
Good evening, Bridgeport. Just a consistent reminder, please lock your car doors. We had a Honda CR-V that was stolen last week. This is, again, part of a group that's not Bridgeport-centric, that's hitting in the region. And we have identified the people involved, and they'll be part of charges. So they'll be relocating from their location in New Jersey to a prison in Pennsylvania to come. I saw on social media that we're paying attention. Tires were dumped at a 500 block of Bush Street. Congrats were already given to Officer Bailey, but I wanted to take a moment here to say, hey, great job being on top of it. He identified who was responsible and had them come back, remove the tires and be dealt with. So thank you, Officer Bailey, for all your hard work. The Borough party last Friday, thank you for Borough getting that together. I know speaking with the employees of the police department, the crossing guards, et cetera, everyone had a really good time. So it was a nice time. So well done, Keith. On social media, people had remarked about one of our crossing guards had fallen. Mr. Helsel is recovering. Normally I don't speak about that, but there was enough folks and family that have spoken about that on social media. I just want to say that we are paying attention, and Mr. Helsel is on the mend. So get better quickly, Mr. Helsel. People miss people when they're not on their regular spots, as we've found. So we're thankful for our employees and doing all the work. During the Super Bowl operations, we didn't have any issues here, but we did have one of our MERT officers, and that MERT is it's basically a large crowd control unit with county officers, and Officer Stillwagon was in Hatboro for celebrations in that direction. So we thank for Officer Stillwagon's help. And lastly, thank you to June and June Sweet Treats with dropping off some Eagles victory cupcakes. So you can never have too many Eagles victory Super Bowl cupcakes. It just never gets old. So thank you, and have stay warm and safe, Bridgeport.
Thank you, Chief. And yes, we definitely did. We always miss our crossing guards and know where they are in the morning time. Every one of them has their own hello and their own, way to greet everyone. So I'm glad to hear that Bill's doing better, but definitely sad to hear that he wasn't for a bit there. So thanks for the update. All right, we can move on to new business. Are there any items of new business anyone would like to discuss? Seeing there's none, we can move on to open forum announcements. Are there any announcements today? Right,
I'm sorry, President Isaiah, just to piggyback off of something that you had mentioned earlier, and something that Chief Beretta had mentioned at the previous meeting. With seems like we're getting a few more snow and ice storms than we did last year. I don't know that we had any actual measurable accumulation in 2024. So this year is certainly this winter's been a little different. For snow events that are accumulations under 24 inches, residents have 12 hours after the storm has ended to clear a 24-inch path on the sidewalk. And for snow events that are above 24 inches, you have 48 hours. So I know I was in communication with a resident that had slipped and fallen on a Sunday morning walk after that ice storm that began Saturday evening. So let's all, I know, early on a weekend morning, it's not a lot of fun to get out there and toss ice or shovel snow, or toss salt or shovel snow, but unfortunately we've got to do it and do our part for our civic duty. So thanks, that's all I have.
Thanks, Mr. Chairman. All right, do we have any additional items that I'd like to share? All right, we can move on to public comment. Are there any members of the public that would like to comment this evening? All right, we can certainly entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All right, it is 7:54. Thanks for coming out tonight, and we are adjourned.